Tisha Campbell is here.
What's up?
That's a
Comedic
reason to be happy.
Legend.
Oh my gosh.
Modern day Carol Burnett.
I don't know how I got that title. That's very
No,
nice
hands down
of you.
you are. Let me just tell you why. One, she's one of my idols. I don't think anyone, especially our age range, in the late 40s, if you don't say you're not a Carol Burnett fan, then something happened to you.
I was just watching her last night.
Something happened to your childhood, or you didn't have free TV.
You know?
And then when cable came out, that's when they played it every day.
Right.
That's right.
So if you don't know who Carol Burnett is, then something's wrong with you. And you, my friend, are a modern day Carol Burnett.
That is really sweet of you.
That's it's true. And then what you did on the BET Awards, second year in a row, by the way. Second year in a row, right?
Sophomore year, yeah.
And usually the sophomore year is usually when people go, you know what? That should be the last one. That should be the last one.
Yeah, it's like a sophomore album.
Yeah,
You get no more singles out of me, baby.
Yeah, we're good on that one. Yeah. We were right. She won't be able to follow it.
It's run its course.
Yeah, it's run its course.
It was so much fun.
Your second one was brilliant.
Thank you.
I couldn't stop watching it.
You know,
It was so
Tashina
funny.
and I co-produced that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So you guys came out with the ideas?
We come up with the ideas. We,
Who came with the Janet Jackson idea?
At first, because Jimmy and Terry
Yeah.
were were being honored.
Yeah.
We were trying to get Janet there.
Oh, okay.
And so Jesse Collins had thought, it would be a great idea for us to kidnap Janet Jackson.
Oh, that'd be so
That
funny.
would have been but I thought, she wasn't going to be there. One, she's busy in, I know we were doing that run-on joke about her not being there, but she was actually in London. But we were appreciative we could, do her songs. Now, but we still had to honor Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, so we incorporated it and tried to make it more like a modern day version by including, just being inclusive of the trans community, LGBTQ community. Like we really wanted everybody and the millennials and the
Gen Zs.
the Gen Zs,
Right.
Yeah.
they're so fluid these days. We want to make sure that everybody was represented.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, we were really excited, and BET was on it. Like there was something out that said that I had said we fought really hard to get her there, but when I say we, it was BET.
Yeah.
They was down for it. Jesse Collins, Tashina, we all fought really hard for her to be there.
Yeah.
And so we're really excited that
That's awesome.
it came off the way it came off.
It was brilliant.
And it was,
how it came.
combining, and me and Tashina don't take ourselves too seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really about, combining the comedy, self-deprecation, or Tashina just deprecating all over me.
Yeah.
And the music and the dancing and the, showing all of everything that we can do.
Yeah.
But we wanted to do it and make sure that everybody was included. Because even the first year, it was really important for us to get the Gen Zs and the millennials to understand that Soul Train is a legacy.
Yeah.
And that we need to keep it going.
Oh my God! Did I say BET? It's Soul Train.
Yeah, it is BET.
So Soul Train.
Soul Train was showing on BET.
Oh, okay.
Right.
God, you just my
Scared the
heart
shit out
stopped.
you.
I was
No,
like,
you
yo,
good.
okay, that's right, because Soul Train Awards were on the BET.
Exactly.
Man, I love Okay, first of all, I am a BET alum because I did Comic View.
Yes, you did.
And I did it when it was literally in a.
Who was hosting?
Gary Owen just filled in for Cedric. Cedric just left.
Got it.
And Gary took over. And this is when it was shot inside a restaurant.
That's
So it was literally inside of a restaurant.
Really?
And so talk about the stage production and like
and
you know what I mean?
killed in front of all those black people, didn't you?
Man, I'm pretty good. Self-deprecation. Yeah, that's key.
It is the key.
It is key. When
the
you can
key.
make fun of, be careful
When
of that
you can
headphone.
make
I
fun
want
of
your
yourself.
whole. I don't want
Listen,
your
my
whole
wig
head
will
to fall
never-
off. I don't want your
let
whole
you
hair to fall off.
Listen.
Keep that headset
Joe,
tight, girl.
Joe, my hair will never.
It
My
won't.
works will never be
It would
caught
never fall down.
undone. Okay.
Okay, I'm
Just
sorry
let
to
me know.
switch. I'm
One
sorry
time
to
one time I called your brother-in-law, right? and I had a hat on, right?
Okay.
My God.
He said, if you don't go put your wig on right now, because all his family members want to talk to me. And so he got on FaceTime real quick. I was like, why is he getting on FaceTime? And I had this little hat on, and he was like, go put your wig on. Next
I didn't
time
say wig, I said put your hair on.
Yeah, he said put your hair on.
Put your hair on.
I said, shut
I got
your
family members that
ass
want to
up.
meet the
Meet
other
you.
you.
They
The
wanna
other
meet
you.
Tisha Campbell.
They want to meet Tisha Campbell.
They want to meet Tisha.
We don't know who that is.
Yeah, not Rondell. They don't want to meet Rondell. They don't want to meet Herb.
Yo, the other day I went out in that same, like, you know, the hoodie and
She has the beanie.
The
She has
beanie.
something on underneath the hoodie, and the hoodie goes over
Listen,
it.
Listen.
Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
I don't
I've seen
care
that.
about Joe.
I've seen that.
But the
Like
other
literally,
day now,
like she's training to fight Rocky.
you know I fight, right?
Yeah, I know
Do you
you
really?
do.
Have you ever seen my boxing?
I saw it.
Oh, I
Girl, I
showed
know
you.
all about you.
Really?
Yes.
Look at him.
Did
You know,
just
did he
spar?
tell
You
you I was?
spar, or you
I
just
sparred
work
too.
out?
Yeah.
I sparred too, but too many of the professionals, they wanted to, you know, spar with me, and I'm like, no, I'm not sparring with no girls.
Right.
I only spar with men, because if you tell them don't hit me in my face, because this is my money,
Right.
like they'll listen.
They'll respect
but the
that.
girls, they'll be like, nah, I ain't going for
Yo.
it. So I'm like,
Yo,
I'm
you
not
say that to a
fighting
girl, she's
you.
like, man, fuck her
No,
money.
get out of here, man.
Fuck her money.
I'm not doing it.
Right.
So
I'm about to end her career.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
one of those.
that's one of
I was
them.
like, get out of here. No,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I'm not gonna give. No, I'm
Yeah.
not sparring. So yeah, I don't know where we got, how we got over there, but
I love
we
it.
there.
No, this is what I love about this is the key to comedy. Like, no, and I'm being serious. And when you said being deprecating, like self-deprecating,
Yeah.
like, yo, that is like the strongest. I don't know how to say it, man. When you can make fun of yourself,
Yeah.
the audience that you're talking to appreciates you more because they relate to it.
They can.
Yeah, because sometimes when you see someone on stage, like you see a Tisha Campbell, it's kind of like
Intimidating.
this girl, yeah, it's intimidating. It's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, she's beautiful. She's this, and then if you present yourself that way, people, it's hard for them to relate. But when you can fall, stumble, pull the hair,
Show your scars.
man,
It really is about showing your scars and showing it.
that's
in
why
the beginning.
That's why I gave you that compliment about Carol Burnett, because Carol was like that too.
Yeah, she would just.
Carol
she
would
was
just
open.
throw it all out.
Yep.
And she sang.
so nice
She
of you.
danced. She was beautiful. She was funny. Yo, that's you. When I was
Thank
watching that
you.
Soul Train, you and
Tashina.
were killing it.
Thank you.
It was so funny. And it was so funny just because, I love this when you have like inside conversations on
Yeah.
a podcast. But when you were sending me texts of your rehearsals.
Yeah.
And then to actually see
What-
it come to
the
life,
life,
and
yeah.
you're just like, yo, this is why this woman is where she's at.
Yeah, what
Her
Tashina
grind
and I,
is real.
Our grind has always been like that. Tashina and I are so similar in the way we work. Our work ethic is very, very, we come from the theater. So in the theater back in the day, I don't know if they still do it, but they used to dock your pay for every 5 minutes that you were late.
Dang.
So we were on time. Like,
Yeah.
I was going to New York by myself at 12 because I was having conversations with my mother and father, like, y'all getting me through that Lincoln Tunnel too late. They docking our money. This is for the bills. I'm going to go by myself.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I did it, but I convinced my mother at 12 years old that I'm not going to talk to none of the pimps and the hoes on 42nd Street. That's before Disney came and took over 42nd Street.
Right.
Wow,
You know?
you go way back then.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I'm sorry to jump into your
No,
your
which
conversation.
one? Me and Tashina?
Well, I just didn't know that you were part of New York before the Disney. Because
Oh,
before
yeah.
the Disney,
The
like,
70s?
yeah, like I only know Times Square because of Disney.
Oh, that's crazy. No, you
That's
never
all I
saw
know.
it when it
So
was
everyone
like
always- yeah.
Triple X movies.
Yeah,
and,
like
and the pimps
Raging
and the hoes
Bull.
and the, yeah.
Like I don't know that Times
Oh,
Square.
no,
That's all a
no.
rumor to me. So
No.
everyone was always like, "Yo, when Disney came, that's what saved Times Square."
Yeah.
It's like a whole nother world.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alphabet City. No, was it Alphabet City too? No, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
anyway, that's over by Chelsea.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
So you
we
lived
was,
out there?
Yeah, I lived in Jersey. I'm from Newark, New Jersey.
Mm.
Tashina's from Queens. We met when we were 11 and 12 at an audition.
What?
Yeah, she makes me say 11 and 12 because she wants the world to know that I am older than her. So 11 and 12, that's when we met, and we were doing a lot. We were each other's understudies. We would try to book roles together, and if I didn't hear about something, she would call me, go, yo, meet me at this, put my agent's name down, and we would just go crash auditions, each other's auditions.
Yeah.
Because for us, it was like, if I don't get it, I want my girl to get it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we've always been.
Mm.
So
it started in New York.
It started in New York.
And you guys always remained friends?
Yeah.
Or you just remained audition friends?
No,
like you saw each other at the audition
I
room?
was going to her house in Queens. And spending the night.
Wow.
And, crying because they was loud in the morning. And,
Yeah.
We've been friends that long.
I love, when I met her, talking to her is like talking to one of the members of Wu-Tang Clan.
What? You said that?
What do you mean?
Because she punches and she like
She's
points.
New York.
She
New York.
points.
Yeah.
She's
like, I was like, what?
Yeah. You just start talking
you didn't
like
talk
that.
like that to me, yo.
And Tashina's gonna be like, I don't know what you're talking
Exactly.
about.
I don't want to say who she was talking about.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
you
even
do.
remember the conversation.
But we're not going to say it.
Okay.
But you remember who we were talking about. It was a specific person.
I don't remember.
Okay, so you're good.
I
You're good.
seriously put
You are
stuff
good.
out of my head.
You've known her since you were 12.
Yeah.
She was younger.
She was 11.
She was 11. And you're older. But it tells, you can tell how you got her back right there because you know exactly what I'm talking about.
I don't.
She was talking shit about a specific person.
I don't remember.
You.
She's so good that she forgot that when it happened.
I swear to you, I don't.
Are you witnessing
No,
this?
I swear to you, I don't. I don't know.
Is this you on the witness stand? Are you on the stand right now?
No, I don't fucking remember.
Oh my
God.
God!
Damn,
I'm
that's
fucking
good.
old.
Look at that.
Yo,
Dude,
the jury.
I haven't
Hey.
had hot flashes yet, but I got that memory loss part, and that shit is real. Like menopause shit is real. Like I don't have hot flashes, thank God. I may never get them,
Right.
thank God, because I watched Tashina and she is hot.
Really?
She be sweating out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But I haven't gotten that. But
No.
there's a memory loss. Like I signed myself up and called the Alzheimer's clinic to make an appointment for myself. And my cousin was like, you big dummy, that's menopause. You're premenopausal. And I was like, really? When I say I don't remember nothing.
Really?
No.
You don't remember? To be honest, I don't remember anything either.
I don't either.
I don't remember
Especially
anything.
names.
That's
like, people's names
menopause.
like
You call
menopause.
that menopause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't remember. I don't remember names.
Short term.
Short term.
My long term memory is great.
When I'm on stage and I'm doing when I'm doing crowd work and I'll go for names and occupation.
Yeah, that's so good.
And then I'll intertwine them and I'll put them together and I'll get one joke and one person put it together, or I'll get one person, another person, put that together with a joke. And I craft
watched
this
you
thing.
do that on stage. It was fascinating.
I don't know how I do it when I get off. People always ask me like, yo, how'd you remember that? I'm like, I don't know because I won't remember your name tonight.
And I've seen you do that, and it's like 20 minutes later, and you'll come back and remember the name.
Because Malcolm, that was fascinating.
Oh, yeah. Malcolm.
Right?
Yeah.
It was fascinating.
It's crazy. I don't know where it comes from, Tisha.
That's
because
great.
I'll meet, there's people in comedy clubs that I've met, because I play there I used to play there once a year.
Yeah.
I won't remember the manager's name. And it's somebody, you know what I mean? But
You've
I'll
seen
remember
it
that
all the
person's
time.
name
Yeah.
in the crowd and intertwine it with a joke and remember the occupation. And
maybe it's because it's intertwined with your art form.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it clicks.
Yeah.
It makes sense to your brain.
Yeah.
That part of your brain. So now we getting deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I love that part. That's the
but
transition.
we had a whole conversation about me. I couldn't get arrested doing comedy at all.
Right.
Nobody was hiring. Okay. And so I told Joe, I was telling him the story. I was like, and at the time in the 90s, they were giving out deals to all of these comedians like crazy. Like everybody had a show.
Right.
And so
if you had a tight five and you were a black comedian, is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah.
They would hand you a deal.
Oh, they was
throwing
them out.
If you were crushing on Def Jam.
Yeah.
you would get a deal.
They were
the
handing out deals.
The network would try and sign you.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's what a lot of people saw.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And no discredit, because a lot of those cats were very talented, and to this day they're still working. So
that part.
they were great deals.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, you saw an opportunity where like a lot of comics
that I was gonna miss,
and you were like, I'm gonna hit that stage because I need that deal as well.
No, I didn't hit nobody's stage.
Oh, you
crazy?
didn't?
Are you out your goddamn mind?
I thought that's where you go with the story.
No, I ain't going there.
Okay.
I have so much respect for stand-up comedians.
Okay.
Right.
And I've done it one time in my life.
Yeah.
And the one time that I did it,
yeah.
Lonnie Love was there, right?
Ooh.
And Lonnie, I walked up to Lonnie and I said, Lonnie, this is the first time I've ever done this. She was like, you're lying. I said, no, this is the first time I've ever done this. She was like, Tisha, stop playing. I said, Lonnie, I'm telling you, I've never done this before. It's Sully. So I called Sully McCullough. I was like, Sully, because he helped me with my set. It was one of those Nick at Night things.
Yeah.
I was like, Sully, will you tell her? He was like, this is her first time. She was like, So I did well, but it was the scariest shit I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
It was scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Very, very scary. So I said that to say I was more of the drama girl. If you wanted somebody to cry on cue, they were always hollering at me.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out what comedy was. So I used to sit in the back of the Comedy Store, the Comedy Act theaters, the Laugh Factories with the comedians. I would just sit near them and try to figure out what comedy was so that I could be their leading lady or work opposite of them or support them. Once I figured out that there was such a thin line between drama and comedy, and the ones that were really killing were the ones who were telling real life stories.
Right.
And in any other setting, if they were telling that same story, somebody might cry.
Yeah.
Or be touched in a different way.
Yeah.
And laughing at your pain. And I was like, oh, I get it now. So then it was easier for me to waltz with someone like you.
Yeah.
Or to play opposite or support you. So, when I got a chance to work with people like, Bill Maher or Eddie or gosh, there's so many, Martin and Damon.
Yeah.
It wasn't the same character, because sometimes, people could look at me and just say, I don't want to play opposite of Gina or be compared to the other comedian.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for me, that's not how I operate.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to make you look amazing. And I start to study your body movements. I start to study how you operate and what can make you funny, how to set you up. When you get big, I get smaller or ground the scene. When you need support, I'm going to support. And I'm going to lift you higher and higher and higher and just make it, gel.
That's amazing, man.
That's what I figured out.
Is that all self-taught?
Yes, I had to.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something. I was auditioning for all these sitcoms before I started, going to the.
How old were you?
20,
So
21.
L.A. audition or
LA
New York?
auditions.
Okay.
And so
you moved to L.A. from New York at what age?
At kind of 16-ish.
With who? Your mom?
Yeah, and my brothers. I was doing this, I got this show called Rags to Riches. And I was on NBC. It was like Glee meets Little Orphan Annie. And we were orphans adopted by this guy. And
was he white?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So, saving us.
Yeah,
saving us.
It's like Different Strokes, only they dance now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. With 5 girls.
With 5 girls.
So I came out here for that.
Yeah.
And in between, I got School Days. So I think I was about 16, turned 17.
If you guys never seen School Days,
18.
get it right now. Right? What my favorite?
Why?
Why? Let me tell you why. First of all, you got to be in the mindset of 1987.
It was the scalp part.
Right.
It was the scalp part. Just to fucking admit it.
Okay, yeah, it was your hair.
No, the scalp.
Oh, scalp.
He don't remember.
What scalp part?
I'm not bringing it up then. Let somebody, tweet that.
Was it the part where you take the hair off?
I don't take the goddamn hair.
What are you talking about? I just remember the scene with the hair salon. The musical.
The love scene.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
Good.
Why? What's wrong? What's wrong with School Days?
And nothing wrong with it. I think it's a great film, and
Well, then why did you shit on my compliment, Tisha?
Because I was making fun of myself. It was self-deprecation about the love scene that I did in School Days. I had to lick the man's part in between his head, and I thought that was the sickest shit. Like, I don't know what this is, Spike.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
this
like he had to lick his part. It's so stupid. I didn't choose it.
Yeah.
That wasn't my choice.
How do you prepare for something like that?
Cry. I was 18.
You were 18 in that?
Yeah. I was 18 years old, and I was the youngest cast member. I had no idea that I would get that part. I was auditioning for one of the extras, and or Dina, which was Jasmine Guy's part.
Yeah.
I had heard that Vanessa Williams, Miss America, had booked the role, and she pulled out at the last minute, and I had no idea.
Really?
So when I was auditioning, I didn't know I was getting the lead.
That is.
Did you love that movie?
Loved it.
You did?
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Well, I just wanted to work with Spike.
Right.
Bro, wow, you already knew Spike of them from what She's Gotta Have It?
No, that was his first movie. So She's Gotta Have It was his first movie.
No, that's what I'm saying. You were a fan of She's Gotta Have It. You wanted to work with him?
And he was the only, at the time, he was the only African American.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at.
Other
That's why I was trying to say, you're like, why?
People.
And I was just like, well, the reason why is you got to remember the setting. Yeah. You got to remember the time. Like, I was such a big, like, he was the only one providing young kids like us that were into hip hop or into into that culture and that lifestyle.
Providing us jobs.
And he was not only providing, but providing an opportunity for us to witness it and see it.
A platform for us to see us. Yeah.
He was the only one.
Yeah.
It was either that or Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
That's all I had. Those were my only two choices.
Right.
But as a behind the camera,
but I was such a fan of Spike Lee. I remember I was like, "Yo, this movie is the shit." I bought that movie. I watched that movie. I couldn't stop watching that movie, and I just remember when everyone broke off and got gigs, like when Different World came out and Martin came out, and I was just like, Spike Lee. Oh, Spike Lee got you that gig. Yeah. Spike Lee, like you all were like from the school of Spike Lee, and I was so proud of that. I was like. I was like, yo, this dude is making stars.
And Robbie Reed had a lot to do with that, too. She's the casting director of School Days. Yeah. And she was the person who casted Different World. Yeah. So.
Oh, that's how you got that?
Oh, I didn't get.
You didn't get Different World. You got
a small part on Different World once.
But that's how they all got it.
Because
I don't remember their names, but you know what I mean.
Kadeem Hardison.
But Kadeem's sidekick. What was his name?
Bell.
Yeah, Darryl Bell was also in School Days.
Yeah.
And then what's her name?
Jasmine Guy.
Jasmine Guy. Yeah. Just they all came from there, and I was just like, what? Yeah. This is crazy.
Yeah.
And then when I saw you on Martin, I was like, what? That's the chick. That's the chick from School Days.
That licked the scalp.
That licked the scalp. That nasty,
that nasty ass part. See how y'all do me? Y'all ain't shit. So listen. So at the time, remember I was telling you that there was all these comedians that had shows, and like there was the first season of Martin, everybody had shows. And then I remember that Bill Cosby made a comment and made a statement that said, none of these shows represent black people. And they killed off almost every black show there was.
Oh
yes.
Wow.
Yes. Everybody got cut except for Martin, Living Single, and Living Color because, again, Fox was a new network.
Yeah.
They were still syndicated.
Wait, because Cosby told Hollywood that
it didn't represent
and then
black
all
community?
of a sudden, everybody disappeared.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah, and it was hard for anybody to get a deal after that.
Ooh, he pissed off a lot of people, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
neither here nor there.
That's what it said.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you like working with him?
Not really.
This is not a good representation of the black people.
Exactly.
He's going to cancel the show. I do like the Tisha Campbell.
I don't know. Well, we did work together when I was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
I did this thing called, you will never know what it is because I'm older than you. Captain Kangaroo.
I remember Captain
Kangaroo.
You were on Captain Kangaroo with Bill Cosby?
Bill Cosby did a section called Picture Pages.
I remember Picture Pages.
Oh, I was my.
That's crazy.
Mortimer Ichabod Marker, the marker?
Yes.
What?
I was the marker when it came alive. That was me.
Holy shit.
Bro, we have to
Nobody
cut.
knows that. I can't find it on YouTube. I've tried.
We have to find that.
There's nobody has it.
Oh
Nobody
my God.
has it.
We have to find
There's no
this.
way.
That is
We're cutting
crazy.
this in.
No, there's no way you can find it. But you could see the marker itself, but you'll never find me. I haven't seen any of it.
Oh my God.
What?
But yeah, I did it for like 2 seasons. I was 9 years old.
That's
You've been
that was shot in
grinding
New
for
York?
a long time.
No, it was shot in Pittsburgh.
Tisha, this is a crazy story.
Why?
You've been you literally have been doing
Since I was
You've been
3.
acting since you were 3.
No, acting since I was 7.
7.
Now that you can find. You can find my first acting job. It was pretty bad.
What?
But
What was it?
it was called fuck you. Now everybody gonna be looking for this shit.
Oh, YouTube
Weaves,
search
weaves.
immediately.
We like
there was
weaves.
no
And it's
weaves
like
back
Tisha.
then, you fucker. There was no fucking
Short
weaves.
hair,
you fucking-
long hair, in a day. Weaves, weaves, weaves makes it go away. Hi, I'm Tisha Campbell. And
I can't stand your ass. Good. Change the goddamn subject. I ain't telling you shit.
Weaves,
Other than the
weaves, weedy weaves. Short hair, long hair, in a day. I don't know why your character sounds like Cartman from South Park.
Which one is this? Is this my or is this the new?
This is
first job.
This is your first job.
Yeah, no.
It was a weave commercial.
I never did a commercial.
Then what did you do? What was your first gig?
It was a They had these things called after school specials. This is when television went off.
I remember after school specials.
So I did this after school special. It was a derivative of The Wizard of Oz. So except my character went to the future, and it was called Magnificent Major. So that's my first television gig. But I was doing a lot of theater.
How much of that were you in it? Were you in
I was a star.
What?
Are you serious?
Yeah, the audition was crazy.
And this is on Magnificent
It's called the Magnificent Major. So listen,
We're
check
putting
it.
this in the
I
pod.
hate y'all. So listen.
Yes.
So in the audition for that, right? The way that I got jobs, I didn't get an agent until I was 15 years old, right? So I would stand on the cattle calls. Cattle calls are for people that don't know. It's like American Idol lines.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
Yeah.
And
this
so
is the 80s.
no,
what year is this?
these are the 70s.
Wow.
So I'm on these lines, but I will book, dude.
This is crazy.
Like thousands and thousands of people that I was always booking. So
Tisha, hold on, because I want to talk to the Gen Zs and the millennials. They don't understand what this is because these kids now are spoiled with, oh, you want an audition? I looked this one up on blah, blah, blah.com.
Right.
Yeah, no.
They don't understand that the
so how
70s
right.
was in a newspaper.
It was in a newspaper.
And it said, hey, there's a little square with
About
fine
that
print.
big,
It was the
yes.
size of maybe 1 inch by 1 inch.
Yes.
And it would say something like, need actress for TV
Exactly.
show might be on hit network.
Exactly.
And you would respond to that. This is back
And
in
we
the day
would
where
get
people
on the
circle.
line, and in the middle of winter,
You would catch a train.
and
go-
and a bus and a subway.
Go to some strange building in New York.
Go to some
walk up the
Harlequin
stairs.
Studios.
Yeah, and
walk-
holding your lines and
we
sit
just do it.
in the hallway and wait.
Or
for them
outside in the cold.
No.
Hell yeah.
And as a 12-year-old, how did you?
Where's your
gave you
mom?
that
Okay,
drive?
I'm gonna tell you
Where's your
what my
mom?
drive was. So everybody knows the story that I won a car when I was 5 years old, right?
Not
Wait,
us.
Nope.
Y'all know that story.
Nope.
I tell it all the time. Okay, long story short.
Yeah, do
I
it.
started singing when I was 3,
Yeah,
right?
okay.
Schools, churches, and back before Reaganomics, they used to build these
He was
these
a president.
stages. Yeah, he was a president, guys. Fuckers. Know your fucking president's history, you fuckers. So listen, so in the projects where I was from,
Yeah.
they used to build stages,
Yeah.
Okay.
and the local acts would perform. And
No.
so So
this would be a talent show during the summer or what?
Yeah, just talent shows during the summer. So I heard about this talent contest.
And you were at what age?
5.
Oh my God.
Because there was a television, and we was like the old school big, television on the floor
console.
that didn't work. But the 13-inch
on top, because you didn't want to throw away the big table because you could put pictures on it.
It was a cabinet
that part.
at this point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a color television at work. So the second prize was a color television. I was like, Mommy, please put me in this. Please put me in this. I promise you, I want to get the color television. She was like, okay.
She was like, hell yeah, we need that.
She wasn't even thinking about it like that.
So
So
we're gonna put that color television on top of the second television.
Right. But I didn't win. I won the car, which was the first prize.
What?
And I was mad, right?
Because you wanted the TV?
Yeah. And
wait a minute, hold
my
on.
brother Stanley.
Hold on, Tisha. You can't
There's
just
so
say
much information.
I was 5. You can't just say I was.
You won a fucking car.
Yeah, you can't say I was 5 and just won a car and act like we're gonna be like, of course you won the car. Like you were that good that you won a car.
Yeah, I was
at
the
5?
only. There was 2 child acts in the entire thing. I was one of them, and
but you were going against adults as well.
it was all adults except for some other group, child group.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is a car is something an adult tries to win.
Right.
And the kid won it.
Pissed off.
Everybody.
I'm pissed off because they're putting these keys in my hand, and I'm looking at this like I'm 5. This is stupid.
Right.
And then I see my brother eating my Cheetos, so I throw them down to go kill him.
Yeah.
And
did all the adults dive on the keys?
no, the guy pulled me back, picked up the keys, was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "My brother's eating my Cheetos. I have to kill him."
Yeah.
And so he says, "You just want a car." And then at that moment is when I saw my mom and my dad. My mother was crying, my dad was, and I saw the effect that I had on them, and I was like, "Oh, I can help people."
Mm-hmm.
Got it. So now
you're taking all this in at 5.
Yes, I was that kid.
You're a prodigy.
I don't know about
Yeah, you're a prodigy. What did you sing?
God Bless the Child.
Come on.
Yeah. With the flower in the hair, trying to be Billy.
Are you listening? Are you saying this? That's not an easy song.
No,
I thought you were going to sing something
Everybody
easy.
sang God Bless the Child.
Not at 5.
Yo, we all did.
Not at 5.
All my friends did. All the people I grew up with in doing Broadway and stuff. So from there is when I started going, okay, so I can help people now. My mom needs this. My dad needs this. My brothers need this. We don't have lights. We don't have televisions. We don't have telephones.
And you knew you could win this stuff. Or at least
I
work
knew
for
that
it.
I could work for them or help them.
You can get access to things through.
And I knew it
your
was
talent.
me that had to do it. So when this paper, Broadway and I forgot the stage, Backstage.
Yeah.
We would look through the papers.
I remember Backstage.
Mm-hmm. They're still around. It's on the internet though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really
That's
great
crazy.
information. It still has.
Wow.
And I looked at the paper and I would see these things and I'd circle them. And my mom and I. So the first audition for this thing, I went out and we didn't have any money to go to classes, so I was never trained until I got to high school. And
But you're booking.
I'm telling you my first audition.
Okay.
So my first audition, we stood online for hours and hours on end. And I walked into the room and I sang for them and they were like, "Oh my gosh." And then I guess I acted and they were like, she's great. Can you dance?" And there was this choreographer.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie Allen would know him because she probably came right up underneath him. His name was Phil Black. Now, back in the day, choreographers felt like they had to break you down in order to build you up.
Right.
So they were killing your ego. You had no ego. You were just a lump of nothingness.
Yeah.
And that's how they made you feel. But Phil loved me, right? So he was like, "Can you dance?" And I was like, "Yeah." And my parents are in the room sitting there like this. Go get her.
She don't have 2 feet
get
to
her.
dance on.
She's got a lot of talents.
But what
this is
I
not
did
it.
have
She's
was
clumsy.
here.
She's
I
clumsy.
believed it.
Yeah.
And so if I believed it so wholeheartedly, I knew I could make them believe it. Plus, in my mind, I was Darla from the Little Rascals.
Yeah.
Right.
So whatever Darla did, I'ma do.
Yeah.
They asked me, they said, can you do ballet? And I was like, yes. My parents were like,
Oh my God.
my mother was like, go get her.
This is
Go
gonna be
get her.
bad.
And I start doing whatever. And they're like, she's wonderful. Can you tap? I was like, yeah, sure.
What's wrong with these people?
And my mother and father are down at this point, all the way down in their chairs, like, oh my God. And I start moving my feet.
You really started tap dancing.
In my mind, I was, and that's what they saw.
Wow.
So I was like, if I could make you believe it here,
it's done.
It's done.
So I got the part.
Wow. That's so cool.
And then right after that, I was about 11. No.
And that you got what part? The main part?
No, the main part of The Magnificent Major.
You're kidding me.
And you can hear my accent is so thick. It's funny.
I gotta watch that.
That's a great story.
That is an amazing story.
You know what's funny?
It's so crazy that we were so focused and confident at such a young age, because my confidence didn't kick in until, and I'm not even making this up, like maybe mid-20s.
I think
maybe 23 is when I was like, okay, I can really do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think it had a lot to do with growing up in Newark, New Jersey. You had to have a certain, there's a grind and I don't know. It makes you more aware.
Yeah.
And I love that I'm from Newark. I love that I'm from New Jersey.
Not too many people say that.
No, they do. Like Whitney.
Joking.
Whitney was from there.
That's right.
You know, Queen Latifah's from there.
That's right.
Tretch and them are from there.
That's right. They were.
Right. Yeah, there's like a lot. I mean, Frank
that
Sinatra.
Was a huge talent pool.
Yeah.
Coming out of there.
But for a kid to have that kind of insight, to be like, if I can imagine this myself, I can make that a reality.
Yeah. I didn't think about it like that. So it's sort of like a child, you know, like in acting class, they tell you be like a child, you know. Children don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't stop and think about, I got to pay this bill. Or I got to get this part of it.
Yeah,
no,
children
they
don't
just
go, that's going to hurt if I do that. They don't think that.
They just play.
They play,
They play house. They play.
Yeah.
And so that's where my mind was. You know, I could do it if they see this, they'll believe me.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's amazing. That's amazing at such a young age that you were able to do that. And that's even hard to do now.
It's even harder to do as an adult. I think that's your point, right?
Yeah.
Like as a kid, you're so free and so free thinking that you will put yourself out there and do whatever.
How's my wig?
You think about
beautiful.
it.
Great.
See,
no, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Adults think about things like that in the middle of the conversation.
Exactly.
So you book that, and then that's when it snowballs. That's when it just starts to snowball for you.
I was consistently working.
Yeah.
I was consistently working.
How did you book Pittsburgh?
Same thing.
You went to an audition for that?
Yeah, I didn't get an agent until I was 15.
So then you went to an audition for Mr. Kangaroo or Captain Kangaroo.
Picture pages, yeah.
Picture pages.
Mm-hmm.
In Jersey, in New York. And then you had to fly to Pittsburgh to shoot that?
And then they would fly me to Pittsburgh.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
And then after that, what happened? You just kept getting stuff.
I just kept getting stuff. I worked the kiddie circuit. I never did Sesame Street, which I'm a little bitter about.
Did you do Electric Company?
No, but I did like Kids Are People Too, Wonderama.
What?
Big Blue Marble.
All that stuff.
I remember all of that.
That kind of stuff. And then a lot of musicals. I was doing this. I did this musical, yo. It was an audition, right?
Yeah.
And I think how old am I? I'm 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 10 years old, but I look younger. So I always looked much younger than what I was. So I probably looked about 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 10, and I walk into this audition for this musical called The Me Nobody Knows, and it was on Showtime. And it was Showtime's first, like, they had just started.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? So they were looking for content, and they put this play on. Anyway, I walk into the audition. There's this girl.
How old are you?
I'm 10.
Okay.
And she was 15. This girl goes, come here. Come here. Come sit by me. I love your ponytails. Let me braid your ponytails. And she was like, can I braid your ponytails? I was like, okay. Why is this big girl talking to me? Why is the big girl talking to me? Yeah. And I was like, oh gosh. And so it was Whitney Houston. And we were auditioning.
You gotta stop.
What?
You gotta
No. It was really cool. Who else was in there in that audition? It was Michael from Good Times was there too. And so she's
crazy.
like, sit down next to me. And I was like, okay. And so she started braiding my hair, and she was like, you're so pretty, blah, 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 blah. I didn't know all my cousins knew her because we was from the same
Right.
Wait, is this Whitney
Houston?
No, but the first album, Whitney?
Right before the first album, because remember, she got that around 16, right?
Yeah.
So 15.
So how did your cousins know her? She was just the big voice back then? Okay. But no, what I'm saying is, was she already big within the community at that point?
No.
Okay, let's not. Okay, all right. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But she's very talented, though.
So talented.
Yeah, so talented.
I was blown away by her voice. Now back then we had to audition in front of each other. So there was like 20 people sitting on the floor.
Man.
Okay?
Oh, yeah.
And so there was this little girl, and I remember this little girl because she was younger than me. So she was about 5. She was about 6 or 7, and I was 10. But I remember her face because the big girl wasn't paying attention to her, and I just remember thinking, God, I hope the big girl says hi to this little girl right here because she feels left out. God, I don't want to say anything to the big girl. I'm going to just let her braid my hair. I didn't know what to say to the big girl. That's what I just kept calling Whitney, the big girl.
Yeah.
The big girl. And so she got up and she sang, and she was amazing. And I think, if I remember correctly, the only reason she didn't get the part was because one of the originators who originated the role did it. But I got it with...
what did you get? Just the second?
No, there was a bunch of kids in this play.
Okay.
And it's basically about some kids in Harlem who started writing poems, and they brought the poems to life. And, and so, but I remember her voice, and I remember seeing her.
So
and
big.
Her hair was bald. You know, she had the short hair.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, yeah.
Big voice at such a young age.
Mm-hmm.
Dang, that's crazy.
You know what I call these stories that I'm telling you guys?
What's that?
I call them PG stories, right? We call them Pam Grier stories because I was working with Pam Grier, right? And Pam would tell these stories.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, when I was in bed with Yoko and John and we were writing all this music together, and I was playing the guitar, and I go, wait, you can't just say Yoko and John.
Right. Yeah. Are you talking about the same bed that they were laying in when they took the
Yes, right. You know, and me and Richard and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, Pam, slow down.
Slow down.
Right? Or she would go,
like what you're doing with us right now.
Right, basically. So my friend, Berkeley, his name is Berkeley, the artist.
Yeah.
Berkeley,
he started a college.
No. Actually, he's a professor. But Berkeley would always go, Tisha, you can't just say you cooked Thanksgiving dinner for Tupac. You can't just say that and then just keep it moving.
But did you just say that? Did you just say it?
Yes.
Okay, God damn it.
But here's my thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
We were so busy grinding. Like me, Regina, Vivica, Tashina, so many of us were so busy with our heads down on our grind that we never looked up and took in the fact that we have been blessed enough to work with all these different people or met these different people or had these experiences. And he was the one who said, you got to take a second and breathe and acknowledge that this has actually happened to you.
Yeah, right.
Oh. Because we're just like, well, I'm trying to feed my family. We got to keep it moving.
For sure.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get you sit in that.
I said that to you. And I know you don't remember because you said you got a short-term memory. So I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
When we first started talking, because basically, I stalked him on Instagram.
Okay.
I DM'd him, and because
Who are you talking about? Me?
Your ass.
Yeah.
And so, your ass. So, I had watched his Hawaii comedy special 14 times at that point.
Wow.
Because every time somebody came to my house, I was like, you gotta watch Jo Koy. Or there was a party, like straight up barbecue, tons of people at the house. I go, everybody has to sit down and watch Jo Koy.
That's so dope, though.
Right?
Yeah.
So before we knew each other.
That's right. So by the 14th time of me doing this, I'm saying to my friend Danny, I was like, she's also my artist, Danny.
Country singer.
The country singer, yeah. So she said, you need to just go ahead and DM him. And I was like, nah, he's not going to respond. And she was like, I'm telling you, you keep forgetting who you are. Just go ahead and DM him and just tell him that you love his work. And so I did that. And he was like, oh my God,
right?
I'm dying right now.
Right.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, great. And so we met like that week or something.
Yeah, we did.
And did like we did the thing at your house, cooking.
Oh, yeah, we cooked.
We cooked.
Yeah.
And
No, but you came to the show.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That happened first.
Yeah.
So I had already bought tickets.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't even know that.
Right.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd already bought tickets. And so me and my friends were like, well, let's just let him know that we're going to see him soon. And it was, and you know how they work out material, they go into obscure places like Oxnard.
Right.
And so we were in Oxnard. And that's where I met him and his girlfriend. It was really cool.
Yeah. My wife, by the way, who doesn't get starstruck at all, like half the time she doesn't even know who people
She's
are.
so sweet.
Who people are. She came home that night and was just like so excited to have met you. So it's
Well, because you're a legend. So, but yeah.
No, but
Thank you.
because you're a legend for one. But then she was just like, she was so nice and down to earth and like made me feel
That's so
comfortable.
sweet.
You know what I mean? So that's cool.
Scorpions Avenue.